Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello everyone. Little Light, how are you? Hope everyone is doing really good tonight, staying nice and warm and cozy. If it's cold where you're at, like I am. I originally was going to do a 30-minute live stream where I just do some quick reads, but I have a little extra time. But just know, for those of you who do plan to donate, I probably won't be here for hours and hours. A couple nights ago, I was on for almost 3 hours, and that will probably not happen tonight. So just keep that in mind. Hey, Ashley, thank you for liking. Thank you, guys. So we're going to kick this things off like per usual with our free yes/no readings. So if you guys would like to ask a yes or no question, feel free to do that now. Brooklyn, hello. Thank you for the donation. You are first on my list tonight, okay? So what we do is we'll get these free readings out of the way, and then we'll get on donations. Yeah, I'm going to go with a yes, Little Light. I'm going to go with a yes on that one. You got the Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Naisha, hello. Naisha, I am getting a yes. Four of Wands. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well too. I'm doing okay. Just a little stuffed up. Gonna donate shortly. Awesome. Okay. Ashley. I am getting a no, Ashley. A no on that one. Brooklyn. I have your question for your donation. You will be first on the list. Do I get a free question as well? Yeah, you can get a free question. Brooklyn. I am getting a yes. Leon will reach out. Yes, I got the Temperance card. Naisha, thank you for the donation. I'm going to add you to the list. You're welcome, everyone. Leo Sunchild. I got your donation. Thank you. You'll be after Nyasia, okay? Lisa, I am getting a no, 5 of swords. Nyasia, his job is going really well. He just hit his month, well, his technical month yesterday. He started on the 13th of last month. But this is technically his 5th week there. And, seems to be going well. There's a lot of things that he really likes about the job, a lot of aspects of it. And we kind of talked, and I think he thinks this is more like a stepping stone position, a stepping stone career. Not something that he's going to do forever, but he seems to enjoy it. So all is well with that. You're welcome, Lisa. Hey, Ray. Welcome in. How are you? Carlene, I am getting a yes. I have Temperance and the Queen of Pentacles. Right, I am getting a no. 5 of Cups. Hi, Peru. You're welcome, Ray. Peru. I have the High Priestess. This means maybe. It can also mean sometimes. But the High Priestess is neither a yes or a no. High Priestess calls you to trust your intuition, trust what you know about the situation to determine if this person is watching your social media. But overall, I think it's a maybe. I think it's a possibility. I think if it happens, it's not all the time, it's sometimes. But I feel like you would be able to have a better intuitive feeling whether or not this person is doing this. Or you might be able to see if they're watching your social media. Thank you, Naisha. Yeah, all seems to be going really well. We're just really blessed and fortunate to have a consistent paycheck coming in now. Because we went a little bit without one, and that was tough. So just really grateful. You're welcome, Peru. They're cracking me up. Like, I can't with this. The biggest cats in existence. And look at them. Why aren't they, one of them just in the chair? That's like one of their favorite places, especially Bodhi, because he likes being able to sit in that chair and stare out the door. He likes to be able to keep watch and relax at the same time. Oh my gosh, Unfazed, thank you so much. I'm trying to think what I posted. But thank you. Oh, yes. The reception. Thank you very much. Yeah, we wanted something very different. We didn't want it to kind of look like all the other receptions. Not that other receptions we've been to before haven't been absolutely beautiful, but when we went and found the venue that we had it at and we saw the reception was like more like a cottage. It was like a partially enclosed cottage with fireplaces and stuff on both ends. We were just like, oh, this is definitely it. Like, Brennan has like Viking heritage. He's like 92% Viking heritage. And I've always loved the show The Last Kingdom. I loved Outlander. I loved like the fact that the reception looked like you didn't know what time, like what year it was. It looked like it could have been a wedding in the 1600s or 2023. Nothing there really indicated that it was, I don't know, it just kind of felt like you just kind of stepped into another world, and it just turned out so beautifully. I really wish that I could have spent more time in there enjoying it, and I wish that we got more of it on video because everything is just in my memory right now, but it was beautiful. Naija, your spirit team isn't playing about both of you. Thank you. I like that confirmation. Thank you. Glad things are going well for him. Please send him my regards. Congrats and well wishes. I will let him know. He's here right now next to me, but he's got his headphones in, so I'll tell him that you said so. May I know if any career opportunities coming in the beginning of next year? Hey, SB. That sounds good. Unfazed. I have a yes. There are opportunities here. This is the opportunity card. Knight of Pentacles is a yes for me. Yes, it was so cute. The theme was really nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. All right. We are going to move on to the donation. So free list is now closed. So let me update the donation list really quickly so everyone knows where they are. Also, ignore me if I'm like coughing a lot, guys. I'm fine. I am okay. I'm just dealing with like allergies or sinus infection or something. All right, so that is the donation list that I have right now. If I missed you and you sent a donation, please let me know. I will confirm that for you. Unfazed, thank you for stopping by. All right, so this is the list on the screen. First, we have Brooklyn, then we have Naisha, then Leo Sunchild, and SB. The first up we have is Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, if you're here, please check in with me. Yeah, I know everyone's been having sinus issues. Ugh, it's that time of year, but you know what? Like, at least I'm not sick, you know? Not in the typical sense of being sick. A little low energy, you know, craving like soups and broths and like maybe a little more tired than usual, but I don't feel like I can't do anything. I can still do the dishes and laundry and obviously some like stream and stuff like that. So it hasn't taken me over. I'm just grateful for that. But yeah, it seems to be like a lingering thing. So if you guys are having sinus issues too, let me know. I'm just curious how long y'all's are lasting, because Brennan was dealing with something for like a solid 2 to 3 weeks. My nephew's going through something now too. And this is day 4 or 5 for me. So Brooklyn, are you in here? All right, awesome. I'm going to shuffle for you right now. Hey, SB, I've got you on the list, girl. Thank you for the donation. Oh, no, you're totally fine. Okay, so I feel like this person is feeling, dare I say, okay. They're feeling good. They're feeling in alignment. I'm not sure. My hope is that this isn't something bad that happened between you guys. This is something good, because that would be kind of shitty for this person to be feeling fine. If something bad happened between you guys, but I feel like he's feeling good. I feel like justice indicates that he feels like it was right. Maybe the moment or something that happened just felt right or needed to happen. Justice is like what's fair, what's due, what's just, what is like in a like logical sense, what's meant to be, what's supposed to happen. The Page of Cups talks about feeling maybe on a little bit of a high, or feeling romantically inclined. This Knight of Cups talks about like sometimes like romance or going on dates or things like that. So Brooklyn, I'm a little bit curious, like if something happened between you guys, was it good? Was it not good? Because overall, I feel like this person's feeling okay. This person's feeling fine. Knight of Cups sometimes can indicate like being on cloud 9. The Emperor here at the center of the reading talks about like feeling stable with the Emperor. Like he feels secure, he feels good. The Ten of Cups talks about being in alignment, being in harmony, being happy. Wish upon the star. Hello, new subscriber. Can I ask? Yeah, you can ask a yes or no question, but you will have to wait through donations though. So wish upon a star. If you're willing to hang around, then that's fine with me. He cut things off with me for someone else. You're glad he's happy. Okay, so yeah, maybe he's happy with his decision then. Maybe that's what I'm feeling, or maybe that's what I'm sensing. He seems to be where he wants to be right now. You're welcome, wish upon a star. So just sit tight, and when I have a second, I'll call on you and you can post your question, or you can post your question now. And when I'm ready to answer, I'll call on you to make sure you're here. Brooklyn, did you have any questions about that? I'm not sure, Brooklyn. That's not the question that I asked. So I can't say for sure. I might need to like pull some more cards to understand a little bit more what's going on. But yeah, that's not the question that I asked. So maybe maybe this helped him learn something. Maybe because I have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords talks about like learning and gaining knowledge. Maybe he feels like this was a lesson for him, and maybe he feels like he's learned something through this action, through walking away from you and experiencing something else. Maybe now he knows possibly like more of what he wants or more of what he's looking for because he made this decision. Like, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't regret that this happened, but maybe he could be not regretting his choice or his decision, but he could be maybe ready for something different. I'm not sure, but the King of Swords kind of made me feel like he's learned something through this process, or he's gained some type of insight or knowledge or enlightenment. But we probably would have to pull more cards to understand that or ask that question specifically. I'm sorry, you don't feel good. Wish upon, I have your question. Thank you. You're welcome, Brooklyn. Oh, dang. You see, you started a job and you weren't getting paid. Damn. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Okay, so Niasia, there is like a consideration happening here. I'm not getting a full straight out yes, I will be honest. I think it's possible, but probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna go with probably not. I think that he's considering it only because I think that things aren't going well for him right now with the situation that he's dealing with, and I feel like he's seeking out advisement from someone to try to understand like what is it that he has the capability and or authority to do, or what decisions can he make. Basically, like, where is his flexibility in this decision making process? I feel like he's seeking out someone else, like some other type of expert, or some other type of, maybe if there's someone higher up than him. But I feel like there's a big part of him that wants you. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there's like something, maybe you're asking for something that he doesn't feel like he can execute. But it does feel like he wants you. It's just like, is there going to be a compromise? Well, it's hard to do staffing, but they have me doing so much HR. Oh, if I spoke up, I have to get paid for what I do. Yeah, absolutely. It's actually kind of crazy because there's companies right now. Could he be seeking out? I'm like, is he seeking out like an accountant maybe? Or there's something here. The devil's like holding a money bag. And I'm like, is he seeking out like an accountant, or like some other person that handles his affairs? It's something about, he feels kind of stuck. He's the owner of a small company that's growing. I was hard to do entry level work, but I found myself doing management things I'm not going to be taking advantage of. The thing is that it's like, it's tough because we have to look out for ourselves. You know, we have to go, I'm not getting paid what I'm worth. And the only person that's going to advocate for you is yourself. And like, literally any company wants to give you what the bare minimum. They want to give you the least amount of what you're willing to accept. And you have to basically say, I'm worth more than this. And if you're not willing to give that to me, you know. So I know that you know that. The problem is that we're having to demand even more than what we're worth because of the state of the world right now, the state of our economy right now. But the thing is, these companies are also having the same problem. A lot of them are. Financially, they're not able to give more than, and they probably do know that you're worth more than that. So I think that they got to deal with this weird like place as well, knowing they should be giving people more, but they're not. He said he'll reach back soon. I was his best applicant. I was catching on quickly, but I'm seeing what his clients are paying. See, that's the thing, Niasia. Like, not to kind of deviate from your reading, but that happened to me. I was hired to be a administrative manager, and part of that had to do with processing payroll. And I could see everything. I could literally see everything that everyone else was making. And I saw what I was making. And I was just like, you guys can pay me more than this. I'm like, literally have manager in my title. And they were talking about making me salary and everything. And then they let this other guy kind of take over, and everything that was told to me that was going to happen ended up not happening. And then they ended up like phasing out my position and told me that I can move to a different department if I wanted to stay. You guys probably remember that. But like I completely understand like seeing what the company is making and seeing maybe even potentially what they're paying other people, and like you're just like, what is this? It feels personal. It really feels personal. It feels like you just personally don't think I'm worth it, and that's a really shitty feeling. Yeah, I can only imagine financially what they're going through, but I know what I'm worth. Well, PS, I'm sorry to hear that. We have so much in common. I know, it's crazy. So yeah, right now I feel like he's seeking out an advisor or he's consulting, and he's really trying to sit with this. I feel generally with the Four of Pentacles that he feels like he's going to disappoint you in one way or the other. I feel like he feels very tight and bogged down. If you look here, this is kind of like going within and trying to like decide what your decision is going to be. Here is disappointment, a little bit of holding on and holding on tightly to your money. Here, it seems like almost like he's got something hanging over his head that he's kind of like a slave to, maybe his own debt or something along those lines. And then we have anxiety, worry, suffering here, and then abandonment. So there are some positive cards. Like I feel like he does feel like you're worth someone investing in. Like I said, the majority of him wants you, and I think that he knows what it is you have to offer. I don't think it has anything to do with what you can offer him. Okay, thank you, Spirit. He's saying it. They're saying it's not what you have to offer. It's about what they can offer you. And I think that's where the indecision is coming from right now. Naija, I completely get that. I think it needs to be like either pay me more or just accept that this is the extent of what I will be doing. Exactly, Naija. No, completely get that. 100%. God, I can relate to you so much. It's ridiculous. It's like the thing is that they, instead of hiring someone else to assist, they just want to see exactly how much you're willing to take. Like, for lack of better words, how much they can fuck you before you say, okay, enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a shitty situation. I think that's why personally, like, I've only ever wanted to work for myself, but I never wanted to be, like, I never wanted to have an assistant or anything like that. I don't want to be responsible for other people. I literally just want to be responsible for myself, be self-sufficient, make my own money, sole proprietor kind of situation, because I also don't want to be responsible for other people because I'm way too empathic and I care too much about people's personal lives. I don't want to have to be responsible for that either. Oh, wish upon a star, thank you. Yeah, they need multiple people for what you're doing for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna bust my ass to work for myself. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Ugh, we're so similar. We're so similar. But Naija, what is your second question? Hey, Spirit Brothers, welcome back. Leo says, I work in HR. It breaks my heart every day. I hope the best for everyone. I know, Leo. Like, that's kind of how I feel, is I'm just like, to know what I know or see what I see and be responsible for other people, it's tough. It's tough out here. And it's just getting harder and harder. Like, everyone is struggling. and it sucks. And I just wish there was an easy, quick fix. It's just, you always think that it's just you by yourself. And then you start talking to people and people start talking. And then you realize, like, no, it's so bad. And I knew that, like in 2020, when they started doing the stimulus checks, I literally could not stop talking about how we're going to suffer the repercussions of that, like in our economy, because we're going to have to pay for it. And it's going to be inflation that makes it happen. Obviously, there's a bunch of other stuff that has happened since then. But I kind of like knew that was like the beginning of all of this, and we're all just struggling, man. Hey, Spirit Brothers, I can do a yes or no reading for you. I have someone else right now that's waiting their turn after donations. So if you want a yes, no, I'm happy to do that for free. But otherwise, we're just doing donated reads right now. Oh, girl, your credit is a mess. Preach. Preach, girl. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh, Naija, that's awful. Realignment? Get out of here. Yeah, I know a couple people personally that have been let off, who've been laid off of their job just within the last couple of weeks. It's like scary times. That's why multiple streams of income are so important in this day and age. The ability to make money in more than one place, because job security is just non-existent anymore. Yeah, Naija, I completely get that. Spirit Brothers, you've got it. I'll call on you in just a few minutes once I can get through some of these donations to do that for you, okay? Iconic Bay, thank you for subscribing. M Wins, thank you for the donation. Iconic Bay, yeah, there is. I can just do a free yes, no for you if you'd like. You just have to be present, and I added you to the list, okay? Okay, so Naisha, they're saying you're on the right track. You're putting focus in your credit, and that's something that's important. They're wanting you to be able to kind of repair the situation that you're going through right now. And so they think that your focus and where you're headed, like your thought process of trying to figure out how to take yourself out of this is really important. I feel like with the moon here, and then like the disharmony that I'm seeing here, and then also the tower up here of deconstruction, it feels like there's a lot of illusion, or a lot of things that maybe you aren't enlightened about yet about this specific system. So I feel like either spirit is trying to say like learn more about this before you really like try to give this a try, or just know there's a lot of the unknown here still. It's like feels like there's a lot of the unknown when it comes to using this system specifically that you're asking about. It seems like it could be not too good to be true, but there could be like a lot of like positives, but maybe you haven't seen the negatives of it yet. I'm not really sure what this is because I've never like heard of what it is you're asking about, but it does feel like there is some level of unknown. They're saying like you're on the right track, but maybe this isn't the exact thing. Maybe there's something else, or allow for this system to work out its kinks first before you try to put your credit in this system's hands, so to speak. My credit is blocking business credit opportunities. Spot on with trying to figure out how to get out of this. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate personally. 2020 screwed me so bad. I completely get it. I really wish credit would just stop being a thing personally, but I feel like everyone's credit at this point is kind of screwed, majority of people's. So it's like, how are banks going to do anything? If everyone's credit is bad, how does the credit system even work anymore? Like, they're never going to have clients. So either they have to lower their standards, or everyone should just be able to start over. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, Naisha. You're not alone here. But they're saying like right track, maybe this specific system isn't quite it, or there's just a lot of unknown here still, so that needs to be either brought to your attention, or maybe okay. So for example, like if this thing that you're asking about, what did you call it? You called it DIY AI credit repair system. Is that like a newer system? Is that something that like a new concept that would need to possibly have some kinks worked out possibly? Is that a possibility? I'm just going to call each one and settle for, yeah, I got you. Ugh, it's rough out here. These credit YouTube channels that I like have their own. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Naisha, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's a scam, or oh, it's I'm not saying that that's the case, but it does feel like to me that it could be. I don't know why they keep saying too good to be true. Like, I just don't know if this particular system is going to solve your problems, your issues that you're facing. I think you're headed in the right direction by thinking outside of the box. But I don't know if this specific thing is it. Oh, interesting. God, everything's AI lately. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's also important that you like consider whose hands you're putting like your information in as well. So I don't know. If it were me personally, I'd be a little weary of it because I wouldn't want my information to get in the wrong hands. I don't know like what all you have to provide, but yeah, I'm not sure. But I'm not getting the sense that this is the exact thing that will help you. Like especially because the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Swords was like, it looks good on the surface, but maybe underneath there's still some conflict here. Yeah, I agree. You're just gonna put some money aside and call the creditors. Thanks so much, resonates. Deep down, I should just call and settle for a pay to delete. Yeah, Naisha, you're probably right. I mean, if you have the funds also to do that, I think that would be good. I think speaking to someone also who maybe specializes in that. I know there's people out there. I actually used to work with someone who specialized in helping people kind of like clear their debt and get their credit built back up. So there's people out there that might be able to help you, maybe more credible sources. Okay, so next up we have Leo Sunchild. Leo Sunchild, if you're in here, please check in with me. Hey, Lucy May, how are you? Spirit Brothers, you're good. We still have a few people to get through before it's your turn. Oh. Leo Sunchild, what are we doing for you, girl? Naisha says, I'll keep you posted on both, sending hugs and hearts. Nighty and feel better. Naisha, thank you so much. Yes, I'm looking forward to an update, so let me know how it goes. You know, I always wish the best for you, so I just feel like, you know, you have to be headed in the right direction somehow throughout all of this, throughout all your hard work, you know. But thank you. I hopefully will be feeling better soon. Like I said, I'm not feeling like sick in the typical sense, but I definitely don't feel 100%. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so Leo wants a love read. Sazzle, I added you to the list. We have quite a few people to get through. So just, you'll have to wait your turn. You'll have to make sure that you're present. Okay. All right. Let's see here. For some reason, it keeps trying to say Naisha. All right. So we are on Leo Sunchild right now. Then we have SB, Wish Upon, Spirit Brothers, M-Wins, Iconic Bay, Lucy May, and Sazzle 5th. I went ahead and posted a list. That way you guys can see where you're at. You do have to be present when it's your turn if you're getting a free question. If you're getting a donated question, you do not have to be present, but you do have to leave your question with me before you go. All right. So Leo Sunchild, I have a in-depth love reading that I can do on you and someone else. But if you don't have anyone in mind, you just want a general love read, then I will just pull some cards for you and we'll do an in-depth for the amount that you donated. So just let me know if you want just a general love or if there's someone in particular you want a love spread on. All right, so Leo Sun Child, we're asking about you and the Capricorn. Is that correct? All right, you got it, Leo. We are going to shuffle now for you. Ray, I got your donation. I will add you to the list in just a second, okay? All right, Capricorn and Leo, please. Ray, thank you. You will be after Sazzle 5th, okay? Okay, so Leo, for you and this person, I think overall good vibes. Overall, there's compatibility here. I think that there could be like a level possibly of immaturity um, that you might experience from the Capricorn. He keeps coming through as like a page in a night, and that tells me there's a lot this person still has to learn. They could very well literally be a student right now, but to me, it makes me feel like they've got a lot to learn in the way of love and relationships. They still have a lot of growing to do. They're not fully reached their full potential, if that makes sense. Again, overall, good energy. It doesn't seem necessarily bad in any way. I will say I'm not getting a ton of like love cards, not a ton of like romance and affection. And when I say affection, I don't mean like physical I mean like intimacy. I don't mean like sex, if that makes sense. I'm talking like just caring about one another in a like affectionate way. There's not a lot of that like romanticness coming through here. I can't tell either way from this reading whether or not you're in a connection with this person, like you're communicating with them or not. I think Leo Sunchild, you said, oof, you never cease to amaze me. Oh, thank you. How is it resonating for you so far? I was going to say, I can't tell if you guys are in communication right now. That's like the one thing I'm struggling with. I think, honestly, this reading could go either way. So let's see. So with the Fool here, in regards to how they feel for you, wow. Okay, so I didn't even realize as I was talking about how like there's a lot still for this person to learn. They're coming through more on an immature level. And again, this could also indicate, it doesn't have to, but it can also indicate this person's literally younger than you as well. But the Fool here, it talks about innocence and naivete, and I didn't realize I was looking so much on like the page in the night here that I didn't even realize the Fool is here. The Fool just here says like this person's just here for fun. This person might not even have a lot of relationship experience either. So the Fool kind of talks about someone who's coming into the situation with like not a lot of baggage per se. They're either just coming into it with not a lot of experience or not a lot of issues or trauma associated with love and relationships. I feel like when it comes to you, they want to enjoy their time, and I feel like you make good company for them. I feel like with their true intentions coming through and what they want, being the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like they can only offer you but so much. The Page of Swords is kind of restless, excited. This person might have like a spontaneous nature as well. I feel like this person just like wants to enjoy their time. They're here for a good time. They want to have fun. They might like want to like be a little bit of a jokester sometimes as well. That's also like a possibility here. And I honestly feel for you, like you might be like miles ahead of this person, because you coming through as the Knight of Pentacles, or the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, as far as what you want, it's making me feel as though you're looking for something that feels like it's deserved. Like you're willing to put effort into something. You're willing to have something extraordinary, something where it just feels very seasoned and like life partner, like serious relationship type stuff. The Nine of Pentacles talks a lot about how a relationship goes through things, they work through things, they grow together, but eventually the payoff is so rewarding and so abundant. And I feel like that's the type of person that's like looking for something serious. And so that makes me feel like you're looking for something maybe more serious than what this person is able to offer. You said that's how we started. I enjoyed that. And yes, we had a falling out due to being on different pages. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So what pulls you guys together and what pulls you apart, quite literally being on different pages. This person's literally pointing with a sword to a page on a book. I don't know how much more literal you can get than that. But what brings you guys together is your general desire to be around each other. Now, Six of Pentacles can talk about needing balance. It can talk about feeling like different effort is being applied. Like you might be putting more effort in than you feel like you're getting in certain areas. But the Six of Pentacles generally talks about like a give and take. Even if that's not equal, it's a give and take here. And the Six of Pentacles talks a lot about how like you guys are wanting to be around one another. Now, you might feel like you're more generous in one area than they are. They might feel like they're putting more effort in another area than you are. But regardless, I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, what keeps bringing you guys back around is this desire to be around each other. The Six of Pentacles is like, I want to be around you. I want to be around you. Here, take this. Here, give that. Here. It's just like this back and forth between the two of you. The energy around the relationship, we have the Page of Wands, what's hidden, Ace of Wands, and will the relationship be successful? We have Temperance. So overall, I do feel like interesting because I was picking up kind of like a immaturity. So for this person to be older than you is like very interesting. Now, again, that could resonate, but in a different way, because the Fool to me sometimes can make me feel like someone is significantly younger, or like if it's perceived that there's a significant age gap. So maybe that's what was coming through, is that it's the age gap, but and not in the way that I thought, in the way that you are a couple of years younger than him. So with Temperance here being, could the relationship be successful? I do feel like it is possible, but Temperance also talks about in due time. Things are not going to happen immediately. They're not going to happen exactly when you want them to happen. Temperance takes time. Temperance is the opposite of temptation. Temptation is something you go for, something that you want to do without thinking, and Temperance is tempering that. It's holding back. It's doing things the pragmatic way, so you guys can eventually meet up and both be in the same place at some point. I see that opportunity here for your relationship is going to happen now. No, I'm not getting that, but I don't think that this connection between you and this person is a non-starter, or like will never ever happen. It's not like something that I feel is going to fail no matter when or where or how. I feel like there is opportunity for success for this connection, but it's something where you guys have to get to that same place at the same time, and that could take years for that to happen. It could take falling apart and coming back together in 5 years from now. It could take dating other people first and then coming back together. So that's what makes it tough. It makes it the kind of connection that maybe if you feel like you need to pull away, then you might need to do that for now, at least. But I do see that success here is possible. The energy around the relationship is that someone here needs to explore more. You said, I feel that hard to let him go. He keeps coming back in. Yeah. I felt immature from him. Oh, got you. So trying to okay, I got you. So he made you feel immature? Oh. What's interesting is his mindset is different than yours. But I feel like you are actually more capable of maintaining a relationship, if I were to pick. So there could be this, I don't know, superiority complex, I guess, that he could experience being older. Damn. But I feel like someone here in this connection needs to, the energy around the relationship is like, do your own thing, and experience things. The Page of Wands kind of marches to the beat of their own drum. Oh, you get immature energy. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, that's weird that he made you feel immature, because I was like, I'm getting immaturity from him, but okay. Yes, yes, yes. Leo Sun Child, exactly. Your energy is of the Nine of Pentacles. Remember when I was talking about someone who's able to like foster and work through and have a like life partner kind of relationship, someone who you go through things with them and you come out stronger on the other end, and it's much more rewarding and much more profound. That's the energy of you that I was picking up for sure. But yeah, the Page of Wands to me just makes me feel like there's like an energy around the relationship of like needing to march to the beat of your own drum, go off and do your own thing, experience other things, and maybe not fully hold out on this person 100%. I think that you can get inspiration from this person. They can get inspiration from you. I think that there's a compelling force here behind the connection that makes you feel like, oh, what is this why do we keep coming back to each other? So there is that like passion here for sure, Ace of Wands. But overall, I don't think there's enough to get a harvest out of this connection where it stands at this moment. I think the lesson here is needing to take time apart, needing to experience other things, needing to see if there's something else out there that's better for you. And then eventually knowing that there is that possibility you guys could come back together and be more on the same page. I don't know if you understand this reference, but on the show Gilmore Girls, they like Luke's sister, Liz, I think is her name. She talked about how they were on the same plane, or they were existing at the same time, but they were on different planes of existence. And that they could never get in the same dimension. Like talking about Luke and Lorelai, they could never get in the same dimension. They were like existing at the same time, going to the same places. They were in each other's presence, but they were on different planes. And they said that if he could find that wormhole to get to her and he could get on her dimension, then eventually they could work out. Because they would work really well together, but they just were constantly like never in the same place at the same time. So yeah, so if that resonates for you, that's kind of like the energy that I was picking up. Yeah, I love that show. It's so good. I'm actually watching it right now. SB, are you here? Thank you, Leo. But I also need to adore myself. I love that. That's cute. You're welcome, Leo. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. Of course, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta add Ray. Hold on 1 second, guys. Ray. Ray needs to be added here. This is what happens when I try to moderate for myself. All right, there we go. It should be that. All right, so we are shuffling for SB. All right, SB. So he's keeping his feelings close to his chest. Four of Pentacles talks about how he really doesn't want to let you in on what he's thinking or feeling about you. It could be because he's still trying to figure that out for himself. But the Four of Pentacles here talks about like kind of holding on tightly to things, not really like letting anyone in or letting anyone, so there could be a lot of like surface level stuff that you guys communicate with and the energy you're picking up from him that you like more and more. But for him, I feel like he's kind of keeping his cards to himself. He's not really shown things right now. As far as like how he feels about you, though, he could also be feeling that same way, that mirrored way, where he feels too that he's like, I don't know what's going on with her. Like, what's going on in her head? Maybe he feels like he can't quite figure you out either. Because again, this reading is about what he's thinking about you. The Fool does show that he feels like you are a bit of a free spirit. I am not necessarily getting any like lovey-dovey crush kind of cards, I will say, but it does feel like he's viewing you as someone like fun to be around, a bit of a free spirit. He could feel like with the Fool, it can come through as like a bit gullible or a bit clumsy. So if you come through young and innocent to him, there's like a purity about you that he like has noticed that he's picking up on. I feel like he views you as someone who is of value. Seven of Pentacles talks about somewhere where you'd be willing to invest your time and your energy into. So I feel like he's viewing you as someone who he would invest his time and energy in. He feels you are of value. He feels like you're someone to get to know, or to be on the lookout for. He is noticing you. I feel like he's enjoying what it is he's learning. King of Swords, you could have come through as like having some witty banter or some intelligent conversations. You could have striked him like with like something that you said. He was like, oh, I'm a little bit caught off guard because you have maybe a piece of information that he never knew about, or just you came across like very intelligent. And again, with the Knight of Wands, it's again more of that very guarded energy. So that's what I'm picking up. So far, no like like head in the clouds, romance, crush kind of thing. But I feel like overall, what he's viewing from you is very positive. And so I would say he's saying ditto. I like being in her energy. Okay, let's see. Oh, awesome. I like that. So SB, he views you as someone who has like self-proclaimed power. The Magician here kind of talks to me about like how you make your choices, so you can come across very like independent to him, someone who kind of takes care of themselves, someone who is able to just make shit happen for themselves. He might be picking up on like a inspired or creative side to you. So if you are creative in any way, musically, artistically, vocally, written word, whatever, he can be picking up that as well. I think that with the Ace of Wands in the center, though, what I will say is I think he's picking up a little bit on your attraction for him. Now, I don't think that he knows outright fully like you are liking him, if you are, or if you're attracted to him. I don't think he's like fully knows for sure, but I think that he suspects that there could be an attraction that you have for him here with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, makes sense. But again, he views you as someone who kind of like keeps to yourself. You are like very wise. Again, I was picking up on that intelligence or that wisdom that he's picking up from you. We have the moon in reverse, so maybe he feels like the more he gets to know you, you slowly start to open up to him. So maybe he feels like from the first time you guys interacted up until now, he feels like he is cracking that surface a little bit more and more. Maybe you were more reserved and now you're kind of starting to like become more and more open, but you still to him are coming across reserved and guarded. Here's the thing, one of my friends who is a coworker, I told her I wanted to bring up something to her. Okay. I told her I like his energy. She was like, I knew you would tell me this. So yeah, I mean, intuition is everything. So he's like, it's not confirmed, it's not verified, but I think he is picking up on your attraction for him. All right, what are we doing next for you, SB? Awesome, wish upon. You are next, so I will be right with you. We're wrapping up SB's reading right now. All right, so it's looking like a yes, SB, already with the Ace of Cups here. Two of Wands talks about expansion. We have a lot of growth and change. Okay, so the Empress here kind of talks about like conception, and so basically like where you guys are at right now is like conception and then something more to grow. The Empress is all about growth and fostering that in which you've created here. Ace of Cups talks about emotion, feelings, maybe new feelings. Ace of Cups usually is the start of a romantic entanglement. We have the Two of Wands, which indicates like decisions. So we have choices here as well. The fact that the Ace of Wands and the Chariot came out together, it kind of makes me feel like you guys are deciding whether or not to explore this attraction that you guys are feeling. So the future kind of indicates that maybe feelings are expressed. The Ace of Cups here talks about like overflowing feelings. So maybe like you tell him you're interested or vice versa, or maybe you guys both profess feelings for one another. But this does indicate like growing something with someone and feeling like attraction for someone. And the Chariot talks about forward movement or being devoted to someone or something, being dedicated to someone or something. So I feel like you guys are in that like really good momentum for something to spark between you guys. Ooh. Oh, that's such a good feeling, SB, don't you think? Yeah, SB, I can definitely relate to that for sure. Yikes. Okay, so SB, what I heard from this reading is that if you guys charge into something a little bit too soon, and you'll know because you're either going to feel pressure to pursue the relationship, like we don't want to give ultimatums here, basically is what I'm saying. We don't want to feel pressure. We don't want to jump into anything before we're ready. We don't want to act on anything before we're ready. And I feel like what this reading is telling me is that if for some reason things do get rushed between you guys, like if you tell this person how you feel before they've had a chance to really know if they feel for you, this could kind of ruin everything. So the one thing that they're saying here one thing they're saying here is just make sure there's no pressure on this and don't do things before you're ready. I will say that even though we got some not so great cards, we have the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords, there is a really good center energy here of the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords. So Queen of Swords talks about being smart, making the right choices. Six of Swords talks about moving out of like a very frustrating, difficult, rough time, maybe a time in love of hardships, into something a lot easier. So I do feel like for him, I think that he would view this connection as something really good. I think that he would treat you well. I think that things have this potential to be very smooth and easygoing. But I feel like for him personally, he has some things to work through. Four of Cups talks about him maybe needing to work through some shadow work stuff, like for him to kind of dig a little bit deeper and figure out what it is that he wants, what motivates him, what triggers him. I see that he could have some things that needs to work through. But again, the overall energy, even though I know you're seeing like not a lot of great cards here, the Ten of Swords does indicate endings and new beginnings. So I feel as though as long as things aren't rushed and you guys are able to take things the proper way and do things in the right way, in the right order, I think there is high potential for a very rewarding situation. But I think maybe it's too soon to tell. I think possibly asking this question in another month or so might give us a better indication of how this will go. So SB, I just saw your other donation. I'm gonna have to add you to like back into rotation. I hope that's okay. Yes, absolutely. I'm just gonna add you back into rotation. That's geez with the laughing emoji. Yes, I want to embarrass myself. So I think that, remember when you asked like how the connection would be or in the next couple of months, and before I wasn't really picking up on stuff, but you waited a little while and then you asked me, and then we pulled like a lot of really good cards. We got like the Ace of Cups and the Empress and stuff. I think this might be that kind of situation, is that maybe we're not supposed to tap into that energy right this second. All right, so we have Wish Upon here, Wish Upon a Star. We got you, girl. You're gonna stay where you are because I answer up to 3 questions per turn. So since you donated for 2, you're good. SB, yes, go ahead. Post your questions now. Feel free to do that. All right, wish upon a star. We're doing a yes, no. All right, so wish upon a star. I have the Seven of Swords. This actually is a no for me. Seven of Swords kind of talks about kind of keeping to yourself, not really putting yourself out there. This can also talk about like secrets and doing things like behind the scenes. If this person does communicate with you, I feel like they're not telling people about it, and they're gonna like sneak away to like communicate with you. So they're gonna want a lot of privacy. But generally speaking, though, as a yes or no, this is telling me no. I don't think you're gonna hear from this person this weekend. All right, so let's see who is next. Spirit Brothers is next. All right, Spirit Brothers. You're welcome. All right, so Spirit Brothers, overall, I am getting a yes. You have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, as well as the Devil at the top. I pulled a couple cards because I just felt called to do so. I feel like I feel like this is a yes and no, to be completely honest. Overall, I feel like it's a yes. Judgment talks about death and rebirth. Judgment talks about wanting to tell your story. It talks about wanting to clear the air from the past and absolve yourself of things that are binding you or holding you to this realm, I guess you could say. Judgment talks about wanting forgiveness. Talks about finishing unfinished business. Judgment is here to basically say, like, I'm ready to release and move on. And so I feel like if you are dealing with spirits who like want to tell their story, they likely have a sense of freedom that comes with that, to be able to tell you what's going on. There's something holding them or tethering them here. So Judgment overall is a yes card for me. Now, because I'm getting the yes, no, we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Devil, and that can indicate that if you're dealing with something more dark or more negative, that they want to keep things to themselves. They don't want you to learn about them or discover them, or be bothered. So I do feel like the majority of what you deal with is yes, they're fine communicating. But the reason why you get that that mixed message, because there are certain ones, darker entities, I feel, that are like, leave me alone, let me do my thing, and don't bother me. There's a lot of like secrecy with that. The Seven of Swords talks a lot about like kind of being on your own, doing things without other people seeing, kind of like hanging out in the shadows, so to speak. You're welcome. Absolutely. You're very welcome. All right, slowly but surely we are working through this list, guys. You're welcome, Spirit Brothers. SB, I have your first question. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing right now. Doesn't it go to like the new year or something? Whoa! Runaway card. Okay, so the one thing that they're saying is they don't want you to make any big decisions right now. No big choices, just in general. But I think specifically because Mercury retrograde isn't necessarily the best energy to be making big decisions. Now, if your car breaks down on the side of the road and you have to get it fixed and you have to make that decision, you don't have a choice. But starting new projects, starting new businesses, new ideas, pitching people, reaching out, networking, things like that, it might not be the best time to do this. Right now is more of a time for self-reflection. So I feel like Spirit is saying like this is a good time for pause. Hey, Rising. Okay, that sounds good. I'll add you to the list. This is a good time for pause. So the Hangman does talk about kind of putting a pin in things. The Two of Wands upright talks about choices, making choices or decisions. That's in reverse. That's making you feel like, again, don't make any big decisions right now. You might have a lot of ideas, a lot of things coming to you at this time, and that's okay. Write those ideas down, research those ideas, look into them, but don't necessarily do anything with those ideas. Don't make big purchases, because things can change for you after Mercury retrograde is over. This would also be good, just as like a side note, not necessarily your reading that I'm getting, but don't reach out to people of the past, not on your own accord, not in your own decision making. But what Spirit is saying is that this is a great time for you to reconnect with self. The Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups here talk about opening your heart. So maybe working with your heart chakra during this time. And I think socializing would also be really good for you. If you have been feeling kind of like down, kind of depressed, maybe not fully in the spirit of things, if you celebrate holidays that are coming up, but maybe this year they don't really feel very holiday-ish, do things. I feel like tradition brings a lot of like peace to people, doing things that they've done year after year, even if they don't feel like it, even if you don't feel like doing something, just allow yourself to do it, especially if it has to do with tradition, if it has to do with things you've done before, or spending time with people that generally make you feel good. I think that's important. Keeping an open heart and open mind. The Seven of Cups during this time, the next couple of weeks, checking in with yourself. But I feel like working a lot with your heart chakra would be really good for you. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with your heart chakra. There's like meditative practices, there's like self-love exercises, there's self-care exercises. There's a lot of stuff that has to do with that, and just to make yourself feel more special and feel more loved. And I feel like it's important for you to know to just be very open to things. And I think also it has to do with like psychically, like be open to downloads, be open to messages from your spiritual team, be open to angel numbers and synchronicities, and pay attention to what was happening at that time when you saw those things. Delving more into divinity, if you feel called to learn something new, like tarot, or reading oracle for people, or astrology, or anything that has to do with like opening your mind, being open to things, and being very like aware of your surroundings. Intuition exercises. I just feel like there's a lot here where Spirit's just kind of saying like tap back into yourself. Spend time with people that you love, spend time doing things that you enjoy, but don't start anything big, don't start anything new, don't start any new projects, but allow these divine downloads, allow this inspiration and these messages and these ideas to come through you, and maybe learn about them or write them down, but come back to them later to see if it's like, you basically just to see what it's all about. Hey Sherry, how are you? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. All right, so let's shuffle for your next question. Rising, I got you, girl. You're gonna be after SB. Let me add you to the list really quickly. Sherry, yes, I can add you to the list for a yes or no question. That's fine. Just make sure that you're present when we call on you. I'm going to add you to our list, okay? You're welcome. I'm shuffling for M's second question right now. And then we've got some free questions to do. Then I will be running to the restroom really quickly. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm a bit behind trying to catch up on the reading. Thank you. You're welcome, Em. Absolutely. So yes. Yes, basically. The High Priestess kind of is like a maybe, but all these cards are indicating yes. Trying to think specifically what he could be. I feel like here with the Three of Cups, he could be thinking about like getting together with you or hanging out with you. Hey, Paula, how are you? Or he could be thinking about what you're up to right now. Like, are you hanging out with other people? Are you seeing other people? How are you spending your time? I feel like is another thing that he's curious about. I'm going to clarify the Six of Pentacles here. Good, Paula. I'm happy to hear you're doing well. Hey, Lucy May, go ahead and post a yes or no question for me, and I will answer that for you right now. Hey, Iconic Bay, go ahead and post your yes or no question that you'd like to ask. Got it. Oh, hi. Okay. All right, Lucy May, I am getting a yes. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming out with the Six of Wands. So this is someone giving you an offer. And also the Six of Wands talks about someone who appreciates you. So something about your resume or you during an interview, something about you outshines the others. You're standing out. You're standing alone to this person that's hiring or making this offer to you. So I do feel like the opportunity is coming your way. And I feel like it's yours. It's like in the bag. It's like if you want it, it's yours to have. I don't see much competition for you surrounding this. But so overall, I'm getting a yes on that question. Is Sazzlefifth here? You're welcome, Lucy May. Is Sazzlefifth here? If you're here, please check in. All right, so Iconic Bay, I am getting a no or most likely not. The Hangman here kind of talks about sacrifices. We have the Page of Swords, which could indicate an immature person or a group of people. The Hanged Man kind of talks about either you have to change your perspective, or if that's not possible, then know that it probably isn't going to change. The Hangman does talk about self-sacrifice, like basically you sacrificing yourself for something and not getting something in return. Maybe feeling like the odds are against you, or feeling like your hands are tied. There's nothing that you can do here. And this can also talk about like reaching the glass ceiling, reaching your potential here in this situation. Page of Swords, if it resonates for you, like that you're dealing with people who like aren't appreciating you or seeing your side or being immature about a situation, take that. But this can also indicate the need for you to be a student again. And I don't mean literally go to school, but I do mean like do your research, put yourself out there, and maybe find something else that's suiting your needs better than this situation is. Like learning, researching, that kind of thing. Gathering knowledge to your advantage. That's what I thought, honestly. Okay, well, that's what I've got for you. Thank you for your patience, waiting for your turn, and thank you for the sub. All right, so this is the last call for Sazzle. Please check in for your yes, no. Ray, if you are here, you can post your question. I am going to just run to the restroom really quickly, so while we wait for Sazzle and or Ray to check in. Oh, Ray, you're totally fine. All right, so we are going to take Sazzle off the list. So this is where we're at with donations, but I think I need to update. Yeah. Hello, I got your donation. Thank you. All right, let me update this list really quickly. All right, guys, so everyone should see themselves on the list if you donated and if you are waiting for your free question. If not, if you don't see your name and you did donate, let me know. Sorry, Mia, did you clarify the Six of Pentacles? Oh, you didn't hear anything? Yes. So the Six of Pentacles, I'm so sorry if that got cut off. I was saying that I got the Ace of Cups and the Star, I think it was. And that was telling me that you're probably going to hear from this person soon. The Six of Pentacles talks about giving someone or taking something. And I was thinking that maybe he wanted to hear from you, which I'm sure he does. But I asked like if he specifically was going to be reaching out, and I got a yes. The other indication that I wanted to tell you too is that a lot of times when people are thinking about us or thinking about communicating with us, a lot of times the universe will tell us that in advance. They'll tell us in a dream, or we'll think about them and suddenly we get a text or a call from them, or we hear their name somewhere and then we see them at a store while we're out. So a lot of times we get the information before it actually happens. And so I was saying that that could be why you're receiving that insight, or you're hearing that person's name, or seeing those signs is just kind of like a message that this person is thinking about you and likely to come forward. So sorry that got a little confusing there, or if you didn't hear me, I'm sorry about that. Okay, we are shuffling for Ray now. Ray, I'm shuffling for you right now. Is it warm enough?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's see. So Ray, this kind of is it's giving the energy of like wearing someone down, like essentially like, come on, man, come on, let me know, blah, 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 like kind of like just like kind of bugging someone or bothering someone and like wearing them down until they like give in. The death card and the tower card kind of to me just kind of feels like when everything just kind of comes crashing down and suddenly you're just given this information. So I feel like that's kind of like wearing someone down or trying to gain knowledge on situation. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, which indicates friends talking, friends communicating. There does indicate here with the Five of Wands, there could be some type of feeling of conflict, struggle, hardship. So it's very possible that maybe, I don't know, maybe Josh was giving the impression that he was not telling T something, or he was holding back in some way, and T was like, come on, spill it, like let me know what's going on. So to me it kind of just feels like just berating. To me it feels like just basically not in like a bad way necessarily, but like just basically like harassing someone until they get what they want out of someone. All right, so next up we have SB. I'm not sure if SB is here right now. Okay, so thank you, Ray. Thank you. Okay, so now we have SB, and I don't think SB is here, so we're going to timestamp for SB. All right, SB, just taking a look here. Okay, so his energy coming through is that of one that still cares about you, still cares about your well-being, has like affection or love for you. I will say that the Five of Swords in reverse makes me feel like there could be some unresolved conflict here on his end. I feel like he may be just trying to look ahead as well. So these unresolved issues or conflicts that he's feeling, that he felt like he maybe didn't, not that he didn't have the opportunity to express, but that he just didn't express, is still weighing on him. But I think that despite this, he really is just trying to move forward. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords here kind of indicate he's just like focusing on just moving forward into like an easier time or a happier time. I think that he might not be used to not getting his way. The King of Pentacles here kind of indicates this person likes to get what he wants, have what he wants, have it all. And he may not be used to not getting what it is that he wants either. So he could be struggling a little bit with like understanding that this access to you is now cut off. I think overall on the surface, he's handling things fine, but there is a lot of unresolved issues here that he's trying to ignore. Hey, SB. Okay, cool. I just started your reading like 3 minutes ago, so if you want to wind back, you can. Yes, SB, absolutely. SB, I got you, girl. Alina, you just donated. Alina, I got you, girl. I will add you to the list in just a second, okay? Just bear with me. Gina, yes, I can add you to the list. It's a free yes or no question. SB, if I had to guess, I would say no with this spread. To me, it seems like with the magician is he's just trying to reclaim his power or get his power back. And I think that if he were to, I guess, communicate with you or reach out to you, he would be kind of in a more submissive, or like he would basically be letting you win, quote unquote. That's not like how he's viewing it, but like he would be giving more of his power away by basically coming to you and like crawling to you. So this is like an ego thing a little bit. Would he be open to communication? Yes, but you're specifically wanting to know if he's going to reach out to you. And with this reading right now, I'm not feeling that way. I think that he's considering it. There is deliberation, but I don't think he's officially made a plan, and I don't think he's going to. Nine of Swords indicates like him just kind of suffering in silence. Yeah. Oh. Sazzlefifth, I have your question. Just make sure that you're present when I call on you. You have to be present for your question to be answered for free. Okay. Gina, I have your question as well. If you guys are here waiting for a free question, please make sure that you're present when I call on you, okay? And thank you guys for liking the live stream as well. I appreciate that. So SB, that's what I have for you. I hope I answered your questions in full. So next up, or currently, we have Rising Storm. Rising Storm, if you're here, please check in. Then we have Sherry, who's getting a free question. After that is Paula with a donation. Then we have Sazzlefifth and Alina and Gina. Sazzlefifth is free, Alina is a donated reading, and Gina is a free question. Sherry, thank you for checking in with me. If you would like to post, Sherry, if you would like to post your question, your free yes, no, you can do that now if you'd like. Alina, thank you for checking in. Sherry, I have your question. Thank you. All right, while we wait for Rising Storm to check in, I'm going to knock off some of these free reads really quickly. All right, so Sherry, we'll do Sherry right now. Okay, Rising. Hey, girl, thank you for checking in with me. So, Rising Storm, I do see the question on the second one. I just, for some reason, I don't understand the question. So, I'm going to email you really quickly just to kind of clarify what's going on here. And did you want that to be an in-depth? How did you want to break this down? Phew! Oh my gosh. BOGO and a 10 card. Okay, got you. BOGO and then a 10 card. All right, so I emailed you, Rising, so you can email me back when you get a second. This is for Sherry. Sherry, yes, absolutely, 100%. He does. The Six of Cups talks about someone who feels comfortable around you or receives great comfort being in your presence. Six of Cups talks about feeling good around you and feeling like you're someone, and it's not just comfortable, it's like you offer a sense of peace or comfort that makes him feel nostalgic. So Six of Cups can indicate that he feels very familiar around you, that you bring him a sense of peace and comfort from like before, from his childhood. A lot of times Six of Cups can indicate that you've known someone before, you feel like you've known someone before, or you literally have in a past life. So I feel like this person just honestly wants to be around you more because of the sense of peace that you give to them. Rising, I got you, girl. So what I did was I emailed you because I was a little bit confused by your question. So I'm just, if you could clarify for me, like, I guess maybe you can just reword your question just so that I understand what you're asking me to look into for you. You're welcome, Sherry. Have a great night. Good night, Sherry. I put those in for 8 minutes before, I believe. Is that how long you did?
No, I did 12 for 137 days.
And that's not enough time?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. I thought you were putting them back in. That's forever on record.
Huh?
Okay, Rising sounds good. I'm looking at it now. Okay, got you. I just read your reading. Okay, I got you. Okay. Got it. Okay, that sounds great. All right, I'm just going to throw this little heart on the screen for you for your reading. This smells so good. They're making me want the Monterey tacos again. Those were delicious. So I feel like how's my sticky? Yeah, it's going better for sure. I feel like yesterday was probably the worst, but like my sleep was just really, really bad on Monday. But yesterday was probably like the worst. I felt I kind of like just took it easy all day, but I'm good. It's interesting because it's like you feel definitely not yourself, but I wouldn't necessarily say I feel sick. It's just kind of like a crummy feeling. But yeah, I do feel like I'm better or getting there. So for this person, Rising Storm, I feel like, so the top row is like, are they going to continue with this behavior? And then the second row is like, how are they going to incorporate you into their life, or how are they going to pursue you? So I feel like I really feel like this person knows that this is not something that is sustainable. It's not something that they can do forever, but I do feel like in the moment, this is what they want. And I feel like they get very bogged down and stuck in this cycle. I feel like they feel like they're getting what they want and they're feeling admired or appreciated or they're feeling good. And I feel like right now, because there's no strings attached, it's making it easy for them to continue down this road, if that makes sense. I'm having a hard time seeing this person get away from it all, or kind of pull away from this lifestyle. I do feel like they know in their heart of hearts this is not something they can do forever. This is not sustainable. This is not necessarily good for them. And I see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for them, but it's very, very far away. I don't see them like making a decision to stop this anytime soon. In regards to you, I do feel like they may be a bit reluctant to open their heart, and to express their true feelings with you, or really express like what their side of things, I guess you could say. There is just a lot of isolating, withdrawing. Um, I don't know. The Four of Cups in reverse talks about being mindful of how what they're doing can affect people around them or affect people close to them, and that they need to consider, the people's feelings that are around them that are involved here. And I feel like, though, there's a lot of like reluctance when it comes to you. I feel like there's a lot of like hiding and secrecy when it comes to you. And I feel like they're thinking to themselves, it's a lost cause at this point. She's never going to want me, kind of thing. So that's the hard part about this, is that like you want to know outright, like, is this person going to stop what they're doing and pursue you? And like, I don't see that right now. I really don't. Hey Sakshi, if you'd like a free yes no reading, just let me know. I can add you onto the list. Kamal, you're going to have to wait your turn, but I can answer your question in a few minutes. You just have to make sure that you stick around for when I call on you, okay? Sakshi, I have your question. Alina, not yet. I just posted the donation list and the order of everyone on the list in the chat, so just take a look at where you are. Sounds good, Sakshi. Thank you. So Rising, that is what I have for you. I'm really sorry. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. Rising, did you say you're going to post your BOGO questions here in the chat? Paula, I have your question. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Kamal, I have your question. I had it the first time that you posted it. I will answer it, but you have to sit tight because I'm working on donations right now. I'm more than happy to answer your yes or no question. Thank you for subscribing, but you have to make sure that you're present when I call on you. I posted the list so you can see where you're at in order, and you'll have to wait your turn, okay? Rising, is this your next question? I just want to make sure. Oh, okay. Oh, rising, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Rising, you're I'm sure you're right. Okay, so we're shuffling for this question that's on the screen. Does it worry him that I know? That's why I see him different, like when he sees me closed off. Okay. Rising. It can be very cold. That air energy, that swords energy. So I feel like he thinks that this would interfere with a future together with you. That this would be a burden to you. Not only like a burden to carry and have to deal with now, but something that will always be there in the back of your mind. And that might be kind of difficult to get over, if that makes sense. So I think that he's worried for the future of your connection. So yes, I do feel like it does worry him. And I think when he sees you closed off, it has him really trying to understand like your perspective. He's speculating right now. He's trying to determine like what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your thoughts about this. And I don't think he thinks it's something that you'll be able to overcome. The Seven of Wands in reverse talks about challenges that you cannot overcome. There's conflict here in alignment. I think that he feels like you're better than him, or that the choices you've made make you a better person. And so maybe he's worried about the compatibility as well. You're welcome, Rising, of course. Okay, so you get one more question with your BOGO. So whenever you're ready to post, just let me know. They're like very into that corner over there tonight for some reason. I wonder why.
But if I think it's different, because something got moved around, whether they know exactly what's them.
It's like it's exactly how it was before. Weirdos. Smiley, yes, I can add you to the list, okay? The only thing is if you're being added for the free list, you have to be present when I call on you. So just sit tight. Thank you guys for the likes and subs tonight. You're welcome. So Rising, the first thing I'm hearing is that there's conflict with bringing you closer, because that puts him in a very vulnerable position to have to explain himself, which I do think that he wants to do. I do think he intends to do that. But the issue is that he's opening himself up to then be judged. And I think that your opinion matters a lot to him. So I think that's why it's hard for him. But overall, though, I do, while there's conflict there for that, I do think that he will try to get you closer to him. I think that if he feels like he can get you closer to him, then maybe you'll be more open to hearing his side of things. So if you get to know him more or get to know him better, I think he feels like it would soften the blow a little bit. And of course, and he knows that and he knows, obviously. So it's just one of those things where it's like, how do I go about talking about this? How do I go about letting my guards down and just being vulnerable and allowing myself to be perceived by her, to be judged by her? And what's the best way to do this? And so by getting you guys closer, bringing you closer to him, he feels like that would pull at your heartstrings a little bit more in understanding, and maybe set himself up in a better place to where maybe you won't judge as harshly. So I think bringing you closer would be something that he would do. I think that would be, for a lack of better words, a tactic that he would use. But there is this internal conflict he experiences with bringing you closer to him, is that it's opening him up and making him more vulnerable, which is not necessarily something that he wants to do. It's not ideal for him, but I think that having that clarity, having that conversation, having that just open line of communication for him, I think between you guys would make him feel a lot better than this constant like wondering and worrying and speculating. And I think that honestly he could be driving himself a little bit crazy about what you think about things. So yeah, overall I do think that. Hey Gina, thank you for checking in, girl. Yes, hi Monty. That is the reunion card for sure. All right, guys. So last call for donations. We are going to be closing the list here in just a second. I got you, Alina. Don't worry. I will not sign off until the list has been fulfilled, okay? Paula, thank you for checking in with me. So he's going to do it anyway, Rising. Yes, that's what I feel, and I think that's what you feel too. You're welcome, Rising. Thank you for the donation. I know it. I don't understand it either. I think the majority of people don't understand that. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close all lists. If there's anyone in here right now that's making a donation right away, I will honor that. But outside of that, I am closing everything down. So just throwing that out there. And we're going to try to get through this list quickly, but sufficiently. All right, so Paula is here. She donated for a 10-card reading. Rising, I'm with you. Okay, so you got a couple extra cards here down at the bottom. We have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Moon. So, okay, so first of all, Paula, bottom line, he does miss them and love them. This was not just a very, like, unmotivated card though. I feel like sending the Christmas card, there was definitely motive behind it. So none of what he said was a lie, but I do feel like he thought that this information might get back to you, and I think intuitively you also know that as well. The Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups means that he does miss them, he does love them, but I feel like he might be trying to work his way back into your life. Your family is probably very important to you. There's something here with strength that talks about influence. So if your family, if you care about their opinion, or if they have influence on your life in any way, in the decisions that you make or anything like that, I think that he knows that. And I think that he's trying to use this to his advantage. He's definitely working that angle here. And I feel like there are some things that he's doing that he's trying to create an illusion around. The problem is, I think you know it. I think you're figuring it out very easily that he is trying to get your attention. And he's probably trying to get the attention of your family to then tell you that he's communicating, to possibly get you to reach out to him and be like, hey, my family told me you sent a Christmas card. He's looking for some type of dialogue to open up between you guys. And if it has to start with your family, then that's where it's starting for him. I do feel like he's maybe pining for you a little bit. There's indications here that he has not fully gotten over you. He has not fully been able to move on or move forward. And I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it talks about him not being able to let you go, having a hard time letting you go. Now, big thing here is your intuition. As I've said multiple times, that your intuition is telling you exactly why he's doing this, and it's spot on, especially because the High Priestess is here. Not only is the High Priestess here, but it's showing up in the middle of your reading, in the center of your reading. So it's basically just very powerful, your intuition, when it comes to this person. He said, don't put me to bed. Come here, baby. So Paula, that is what I have for you. Please let me know if you have any questions about that before I move on. All right, so we're gonna call on Sazzlefifth. Sazzlefifth, if you're here, I want you to know that I have your question, but I'm just checking to make sure that you're present. Paula, so glad that this is making sense for you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. So the one thing I was picking up very clearly here is number one, he's having a hard time letting you go. And then the second thing is that he's trying to get you to communicate with him. He tried to start a conversation starter, or he tried to break the ice by sending your family a card. So it's like multiple reasons, multiple motivations here, but he is wanting to get your attention because he hasn't let you go, and he's doing this by communicating with your family in effort to try to get you to reach out to him about it. Exactly. Sazzlefifth, we're calling on you. We're about to do your free reading. I did say you have to be present for your reading to be completed, so please check in. Alina, so I saw that you wanted the love spread, option number 2. Please let me know who you would like this on. So you can give me a zodiac sign, a person's name, an initial, but who do you want me to do this reading on between you and what person? Okay, Alina, I got you, girl. I got you. Oh, fashion destination. Hey, welcome in. Sure, I can add you to the list. That's fine. My list closed a few minutes ago, but I'll honor that. Just get your donation in quick because I'm technically closed, if that makes sense. So this is the list right now. Let me post it really quickly. So we have 6 people ahead of you, fashion, but 4 of the 6 are just quick yes no readings, so those are usually a minute or so each. So I would say maybe about a 15-20 minute wait, maybe less, probably more like 15 minutes. All right, Gina, I have your question. Thank you for checking in with me. Oh, ignore that. Donations are open. Sorry. Nightbot again is trying to sabotage me. I've already closed my list. So fashion destination, if you're willing to wait about 10 to 15 minutes, I will honor that donation if you'd like to get that in now. Not tonight, fashion destination. I've just been putting people on the list as they've been coming in. First come, first serve. But again, the free list does not take long at all. Their questions is a yes or a no. So I really don't think you're going to be waiting too long. I think you'll be waiting like 10 or 15 minutes max. All right, so Aquarius Wally. Aquarius Wally. Fashion destination, I did get your donation. Okay, girl, we'll be with you soon, okay? Oh, what do you mean you can't see me? I'm on camera. You can't see me? Is anyone else having trouble seeing me right now? Can you see me now? Okay, good. Just making sure. I'm like, is my camera messing up on me? All right. Alina. No, Amira, Katharina. Amira, Katharina. Artist. All right. Okay, just wanted to make sure you could see me. Okay, so for you, Amira, the overall energy seems good. As far as like he feels you are compatible with him. So there could be similarities in your personality, similarities in common interests, similarities in upbringings, traditions, or values, but he's viewing you and him as one and the same. So he feels like you would be a good companion. He feels like you guys are pretty compatible. I do feel like there is some blocks here. The Nine of Wands talks about feeling guarded, feeling like you've been through a lot. So he could be feeling like he's been through a lot, that he's experienced maybe not the best things when it comes to interpersonal relationships. And he could feel like it's hard to trust. He could be a very cautious person, and he could let fear get in the way of the connection. I feel as far as his thoughts, feelings, and intentions is that I think that he's open to something, Alina. I feel like he's open to something. But this card often talks about should I stay or should I go? I'm hearing fight or flight, that he is a very fight or flight type of person. So he can be triggered to stay and work something out, or he could be triggered to run away scared about something. So if you're feeling like your connection with this person isn't very stable, yes, exactly. Yes, Amira, open to a romantic relationship. That's what I'm getting. He's saying, should I stay or should I go? I'm open to it. I feel like he's open to a romantic relationship. I do feel like his fight or flight does get triggered and he can run scared. So, with the star here as his feelings, yes, that's correct, Amira. A boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Yep, a romantic connection, a serious or official or exclusive relationship. He could be open to that. As far as feelings go, is that he has the star. So the star means that he is in touch with his feelings. He is in touch with his emotions, and he does have hope for maybe this connection, maybe a relationship. He has hope here. So I feel like he focuses a lot on the future. He could deal with anxiety because he's so worried about what's the next thing, what is the next thing I have to do. It's probably hard for him to be very present in the moment. And as far as like his thoughts go, he can think more negatively than he thinks positively. I feel like what he is giving to the connection is an expansive mindset. So, the most that I see right now for this connection is that he's saying, I'm open. I'm open to this, despite every bone in my body making me feel fear or making me feel scared or making me feel like I shouldn't do this. I am open to this with Amira. I feel like he wants to tread lightly. I feel like he is cautious. I feel like he isn't exactly sure, and he's hesitant, but I think that he is open here in this connection. So, Amira, if you want to give me further detail about the connection, feel free to do that. You don't have to, but I can see if maybe there's any other details that I'm pulling up. Does he like me romantically? I am picking up on that. There's not any cards indicating here per se that there is a romantic interest, but at the bottom of the deck I do have 10 of Pentacles, which indicates that he views you as someone who he thinks he could have a deep, long-lasting relationship with. Yeah, that's a yes. It was just about a story in my life. Oh wait, I missed something. Him and I go to school together. We've been texting. He hasn't responded to my last one. Oh, got you. Yeah, Alina, I'm not sure. The only thing that I could gather from that reading is that maybe he's overthinking things with you right now, and he could just be. Remember, I told you he has like a fight or flight complex. Like sometimes when he feels like things are getting too involved, he could run away. That's the only thing I can gather. But again, that's not the question that I asked, so I don't know for sure why he has not responded. I did not pick up on that, Alina. I did not pick up that he's with someone else. Gina, I feel like I'm getting a no for this, that he does not want something serious. I don't know for sure if he's playing games, because that's kind of like a two-part question. But I am getting a no about wanting something serious. All right, oh wait, Kamal is here. Kamal. I can answer, does this person love you? That's what I can answer. I can ask that question. Kamal, I am getting a no. 10 of Wands. This talks about feeling stressed or burdened. Ten of Wands can also talk about feeling pressured. Shakshi, are you here? Sakshi, if you're here, please check in with me. Smiley face, if you're here, please check in with me. Kamal, I just answered your question. Kamal, I already answered your question. You're going to have to scroll back. Please stop posting in my chat or I'm going to have to mute you. Sakshi and Smiley, please check in. I'm going to give you guys another minute or so, and then I'm going to have to move on to my last donation. All right, so it doesn't look like Sakshi or Smiley are here. You're welcome, Kamal. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Fashion Destination. Fashion Destination is our last donation of the night. And so we're going to let her post, and then we're going to get that done, and then I'm going to head out. All lists are closed, all donations, all free lists, everything's closed. I've been here for over 3 hours and my voice is getting tired, so I'm going to sign off here after we get this last reading done. Does James want to continue with me? I ended things with him because he has a busy schedule and he doesn't want anything too serious. Okay. Gotcha. James want to continue. All right, so fashion, I've got Justice, Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands, whoa, Four of Wands, and we have these two cards came out together, Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles. So the basis surrounding this connection right now, like the overall energy, makes me feel like a no. I think that if he could get what he wanted out of this, he would continue the connection. But you're setting boundaries and you're asking for something that he's saying, okay, I get what you're saying, but that's not something that I'm offering at this time. And so you kind of have to be like, okay, that's cool. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. If he could have it his way, Six of Wands, I think that he would. Six of Wands indicates a lot like feeling an ego boost from you, maybe feeling flattered by you, maybe enjoying your company, enjoying your conversation, being in communication with you is something that I think that he likes. But I think the only way he would want to continue with you is if it could just be the way that he wants it and he wouldn't have to change anything about or any aspect of his life or himself. The Ten of Wands indicates that this relationship could have like gone as far as it's going to go, that it's gone the distance. Ten of Wands indicates endings. It also indicates like heavy burdens and trying to cross the finish line, and maybe he feels like there's not the ability to explore anything further because you guys are not able to give to each other what each other needs or wants from the connection. And to continue the connection without making any changes could feel like beating a dead horse. So either you would have to change what you want from him, or like there's no desire to continue. I see conflict here. The Five of Pentacles also talks about how he feels like he's on the outside of your life right now. He feels like he doesn't have connection with you. He doesn't have access to you. This could indicate that he does miss you, but I feel like, yeah, exactly. He's not ready for a serious relationship. So with everything said and done, overall, I don't think that he would pursue a relationship or continue things with you, as you phrased it, just because nothing has changed. Nothing has really changed here. Ashton, thank you for your donation. You're welcome. I'm proud of you for putting your foot down, and thank you for hanging out as well. For everyone else, it's been a long night, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign off, but I will see y'all next time, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys.